All right, today we're diving into a whole new way of thinking about building smart devices. We're not talking about building them one by one, but by the thousands, using this incredible concept called the AI factory. And it all starts with a really, really big question.
I mean, seriously, how would you even start to build a million unique, intelligent, connected devices? Just take a second to think about the sheer scale of that challenge. It's huge.
Well, the answer is kind of surprising. You don't. The old way of doing things, tackling one project at a time, it just doesn't work when you're talking about the kind of demand the future is going to bring.
What you do instead is build one single, super smart platform, an AI-powered factory that can actually design, simulate, and manage the creation of all of them. And that's the core idea we're going to unpack right now.
Okay, so to really get why this whole factory idea is such a big deal, we got to look at the problem it's trying to solve. Let's call it the smart device dilemma.
The whole promise of the Internet of Things was this amazing world of seamless gadgets and quick innovation, but the reality for engineers, it's been a total mess. A chaotic world of different tools that don't talk to each other, super complex hardware and software problems, and just a crazy high barrier for anyone who has a cool new idea.
So, how do we fix that? How do you get out of that chaos? Well, the idea here is to just stop. Stop trying to glue all these different pieces together. Instead, you build one unified AI-powered solution that's designed from the ground up to cut through all that mess. And that's where this concept, the IoT web builder, comes in. And look, it's not just another tool. It's the whole workshop right in your browser. It's got everything: a dashboard, an AI to help you build your project, an interactive simulator, a hardware encyclopedia. I mean, the whole shebang. The key is, it's all in one place. And this quote right here, it just nails it. This is a totally different way of thinking. It's not like you're trying to order parts from 1,000 different catalogs anymore. It's like having an entire AI-powered car factory delivered right to your web browser. All right, so let's walk through how this factory actually works. We're going to follow a project from just a spark of an idea all the way to a real working prototype.
So the secret sauce, the magic that makes this platform so smart, it all starts with something called a semantic model. Now, this is so important. This isn't just about teaching an AI to recognize keywords. It's about teaching it the actual meaning behind the data and how different ideas relate to each other.
Just look at the difference here. Without semantics, an AI sees temp sensor and heater as just text, random words. It has no idea they're related. But with a semantic model, it gets it. It understands, oh, these two things work together in a climate control system. And then it can start making smart suggestions about other parts you might need. Okay, so the AI gets the idea. It's even suggested the parts. The next step is to build it, right? Well, not so fast. You don't build it in the real world. Not yet. First, you simulate everything.
And let me tell you, this is a total game changer. An interactive simulator lets you build, test, and find all the bugs in your entire project, both the hardware and the software, without ever needing to touch a physical circuit board. Think about how much time, money, and frustration that saves. It's huge.
And look, this isn't just some sci-fi concept. These kinds of powerful simulators, they already exist. But the really important part here, what you want to look at is that AI link row. The secret is finding one that lets the AI get its hands dirty, so to speak. For instance, something like WalkWe allows an AI agent to interact directly with the simulation, and that is what makes the next step possible. And when you have that direct link between the AI and the simulation, what you get is something incredibly powerful. You get a feedback loop. Which brings us right to the heart of this whole AI factory idea. We're talking about an AI that isn't just a tool, but a real partner in the development process.
So what does this AI partner actually do? Well, it's not just one thing. It's basically a super assistant that's with you every step of the way. It suggests components for you. It goes through your code and cleans it up. It writes its own tests to make sure everything is solid, and it even writes the documentation for you when you're done.
So you might be wondering, how does the AI get the code on such a deep level? The trick is a standard called the Language Server Protocol, or LSP. Think of it like a universal translator for code. It allows the AI and your code editor to have a really deep, meaningful conversation about the code, so the AI understands the context, not just the words on the screen. And this right here brings us full circle, back to that feedback loop we were talking about. See, the AI doesn't just write some code and call it a day. No way. It writes the code,
Then it runs tests on that code in the simulator, it sees what happens, learns from the results, and then uses what it learned to make the code even better on the next try. It's this constant cycle of creating and getting smarter.
So when you put all of this together, what does it mean? It means we're looking at a fundamental shift in how we actually make things.
The research lays out 5 key pillars, basically a blueprint for building this future. First, you have to build on those semantic models so the AI truly understands. Second, that deep integration between the AI, the editor, and the simulator is non-negotiable. Third, you've got to train the AI on really good, high-quality data. Fourth, you need smart user support right inside the app. And finally, none of it works if it's not built on a cloud infrastructure that can scale up.
And when we talk about scale, we're not kidding around. We mean massive scale. We're talking about systems that can handle more than 10,000 devices.
And handle them all at the same time. This brings us right back to that question from the beginning. How do you build 1 million smart devices? Well, this is how. You build a factory that can simulate and manage thousands of them all at once.
And that leaves us with one last really big question to think about. If we can build an AI that can design, build, and test a complex device all on its own, just from a simple idea, what are we going to ask it to build next? What's the next frontier?